Welcome to the part 5, everybody. Wow. Man, I apologize. This is getting thorough, but it's really not getting thorough at all. I was about to give this guy a bunch of credit I don't need to give. But before I get started, this is not meant to hurt anybody's feelings. This is not meant to hurt whoever made this list. God help him. It's not meant to hurt anybody's feelings. This is meant to educate the public. My name is Tim Dameron. I'm with the House of Yah Community Outreach, and one of our primary functions is to educate the public. And when we see stuff like this happening, okay, I want to try to deter it. In 2015, I woke up and I started, and part of the freedom movement. And, a lot of these people just kind of said a lot of silly stuff and stuff that just doesn't connect. And when I started going down all these rabbit holes, I started finding facts. But more often than not, I found a lot of nonsense. And today, when I was going through the old interwebs here, I found this. And these are questions you should not ask your bank, okay? But we're going to discuss them anyway, and I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't ask them. And I'm actually going to try to answer them as best I can. Now, so far, I'm going to tell you this entire list has been nothing but circular questions about the note and basically a narcissistic point of view of saying, oh, I don't have to pay. So it's like you're trying to stump the bank on something, but this is not how to do it, guys. All right, so number 10, let's read these questions here. Number 10, does the bank legally own my promissory note outright? You can't hold it outright. You either hold the note or you don't hold the note. It's really, I don't know, don't ask this question to your bank. You'll look silly. Or is it held in a trust or a securities instrument? Okay, the promissory note is a security instrument. So again, don't ask don't ask these kinds of questions to your bank because you're going to look foolish, okay? And if they think that you're going to be a big pain in the butt, they're going to fire you. They'll fire you as a customer. I know because it's happened to me, okay? So don't do this. I listened to a lot of these people too, man, and went down the street with my underwear on my head, and you know who paid the price for all that? I did. This guy, the guy that wrote this stuff, oh, nothing. He's still sitting on his couch eating bonbons, enjoying his day. We can do this better, guys. We can do this so much better. Number 11. Since my promise to pay created the deposit, it did not create the deposit, so this is an assumption. This is not a question. Does it mean that I am the original source of the funds? No, but yes. And I'll tell you why. No, not directly, and not like you think it is, but yes, and you are the source of the original funds, and here's why. The funds are created by your equity, by the things that you do. So if you go make 36,000 payments like the note says you're supposed to do, then you know what? You performed. Simple as that. If you don't make those payments and you're trying to do some other shortcut way to doing it, the note will not perform, they can't get paid, and they can't fund your loan either. This is why these things go sideways. This is why Brandon Joe Williams is not talking about those signatures anymore, where you go in and you do an endorsement, a special endorsement, or whatever the heck that was. Look at all these people that are getting their cars repoed because of that. Yeah, this is happening, and I'm seeing it out there. So, number 12, if my loan was securitized, you're not asking them a question at that point. If my loan was securitized, does this mean it was paid off by investors? Now, wait a minute. This is the problem in this movement. Do you see? I don't know if you're paying attention to what this guy's saying, but first he says up here, am I the creditor? Now he's saying, did the investors pay it off? Who's investors? And who is investors? Paid off by investors. They don't have to disclose their personal information to you, man. Just like you don't have to disclose some of your personal information to them, okay? It's a two-way street, man. It works both ways. So this question right here has no value at all. All right, let's go right here. 13. Please provide a legally sworn statement confirming that my promissory note was not monetized, securitized, or used as a financial instrument for profit by the bank or third parties. Well, I'm going to tell you that your note was securitized, and it was securitized based on your performance. So if it wasn't securitized, then your loan didn't get funded because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. This is just not understanding what's going on. Look, man, I got a class coming up on the 11th and the 12th. We're going to go through all this, okay? And then not only that, the second day, it's going to be nothing but law. I'm going to show you how all my paperwork interfaced with the courts as well as interfaced privately. Both cases actually took the collateral back from the bank legally. Okay, no problems, no issues, nothing like that. This class is also about credit cleanup. This class is also about getting this note back. In other words, after you perform, you get the note back, and it's worth quite a bit. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be talking about the codes that actually allow these things to happen, so that when you provide written instruction to them, you make sense. You don't ask a bunch of open-ended questions and things like that. You're actually very on point, and you're asking questions with specificity. And when you do that, that requires performance. This right here doesn't require anything, nothing at all. But we can do this better, you guys. If you guys are interested in learning more, sign up for my class. It's coming up on the 11th and 12th. It's going to be a good one. Be blessed, everybody.